The legislature does have this expectation that the chief elected officials were going to do everything under a council of governments. I think that's something our state association of councils of governments will be discussing that with the Planning and Development Committee at the legislature this year. And so if there are other recommendations that you may have for how the state laws are structured, feel free and send them my way. Be happy to take them on through our legislative agenda this year. We do expect there to be some tweaking and changes to the statutes this year. So.
I did have one other question, and I certainly want to monopolize the meeting.
No.
With reference to the regional plan of conservation and development, we're all coming from different regions here, and I'm just wondering, is there an idea from staff on how that's going to kind of germinate, and is there a timeline on that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We don't have to have an answer.
No answer.
There's no penalty
Right.
for not updating a regional plan within a certain time period as there is for a municipal plan. We do expect most municipal plans are going to be updated in 2015.
Right, by July 1st, 2015. The intention is obviously to use the current regional plans as sort of the basis. And then we're going to be reviewing each of the municipal plans because the regional plan, we want to be consistent pretty much with each of the local plans. And also we want to be consistent with the state plan, conservation and development. So that, and the idea is a lot of it's going to flow from the local upwards as opposed to top down. And that's one of the purposes of an RPC, is to actually look at the zoning issues. The RPC is also tasked with developing a regional plan of conservation and development, which is consistent with each of the municipal plans of conservation and development. So those are basically the two primary functions of an RPC. And it's really intended to be an advisory body to the Council of Governments. And so, the way RPCs have acted is, they generally look at the zoning referrals, text amendments to zoning work regulations. They look at the municipal plans of development and offer comments. It really sort of, the intent is, if one town is doing a major development on a border of another, this is an opportunity for that town to learn about that and comment on it. So that's sort of the primary functions, and I think that was captured in your mission statement as drafted.
That's what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
Let people know what we do.
Mr. Chairman, with your permission,
Yes.
I'll just go through some of the background from last year's session, what's changed in the statute, and how we got to where we are today. When the legislature mandated councils of governments last year, so it's the only form of regional entity allowed in Connecticut anymore, is council of governments, chief elected officials sit at the table. The requirement was to be that the chief elected officials would be making these decisions. The regions kind of fought back during the session, said, no, we want to keep regional planning commissions in place. So all they wrote into the statute, and these are the handout Joanne gave you, the two statutory sites.
Three. I published three.
You include the other. So the ones that deal with referrals would be just the two of them. I believe 83B and 826B. Those are specific statutory referrals to the local aid, to the regional aid entity. Now, what 4124N says is that the COG may appoint a regional planning commission to take on these duties. Now, our board has actually, the COG has actually taken it a step further. The bylaws that are in your package under Article 10, page 16 of the bylaws of the COG, it states that the planning duties and responsibilities of the council, and that refers to them, shall be carried out by the Regional Planning Commission. So what they're saying, in fact, is that while the mandatory referrals that come into the region will still go through the same process that we're all used to in both regions for Planning Commission review, we're going to also use this body to develop policy. So regional plan of conservation and development, long-range transportation plans. We're going to use this as a working committee to vet plans developed by the staff and then work their way up to the Council of Governments for endorsement. We'll do that. I can't think of any planning document that we'll develop on a regional basis that won't probably come through here first.
On the phone, on the conference call, Jim?
Okay, Jim Sequin. I'm the city planner for the city of Waterbury. I've been a professional planner for more years than I care to think I'm even old at, 34 years. I guess we're still on the mission statement, I guess, for the, and specifically the regional plan of conservation and development. And just from my viewpoint, I think the regional plan has to focus on cooperation amongst various towns, coordinating the activities in neighboring towns, and also dealing with inconsistencies that may arise in the town's plans relative to the state's plans, relative to the regional plans. I think it needs to be a discussion forum where we can deal with any inconsistencies that may arise.